Hey, you guys, welcome to today's reading. And so, on Hot Topics, episode 3, today we're going to be talking about Swizz Beatz and Alicia Keys. I don't know if you all have seen the headlines of Swizz Beatz's mother of his child or one of his children, where she has come out with some very serious allegations concerning the couple as well as how they're co parenting. But I'll get into that during the reading. And then, second, I want to tap into the energy of Miss Latto. She did announce her pregnancy last week with who we highly suspect, and I believe it's pretty much confirmed from pictures and comparisons that it is 21 Savage. And I did have a request to tap into their energy before the announcement. To the person that did request it, I'm not going to do a separate video on it just because they have confirmed that she is pregnant, but instead I'm going to just see what's going to be the energy going forward for her. What is it going to look like for her in the future, and essentially life after her baby. So we'll look into that. And then in the final part of this reading, I am going to be looking into the things that are going on with TSA, the flights, and the long line, DHS, and just kind of seeing if this is going to be a prolonged thing. And I thought it was just very interesting that the president or whomever from the government announced that the ICE agents were going to be deployed in the airports and, in a sense, supporting TSA through all of these shutdowns and they're not working. So I just want to kind of see what's going to happen with that. And then also what could be the implications of it as well. So that's what I'm going to be tapping into today for Hot Topics. As a disclaimer, this reading is for entertainment and spiritual insight, delivered through intuitive interpretation. All messages delivered in this reading are alleged. This is not a fan or a stan account of any measure, and only respectful engagement is allowed in this space. If that does not resonate with you or my reading does not resonate with you, then perhaps I am not the reader for you, and that's totally fine. I will give you a chance to exit now before I start the reading. I just ask that you please keep it respectful or I will be forced to delete your comment and or block you from the channel. So I just want to put that out there because I have seen a couple of disrespectful comments on a couple of videos already. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the reading. So we're going to start with Swizz Beatz, and I'm going to insert a couple of screenshots so that you guys can kind of get the gist of what was alleged on Instagram and pause it so you can read through it because it's like 3 or 4 posts that I've kind of taken screenshots of. But essentially, to summarize everything, the mother is accusing Swizz Beatz and Alicia Keys of them being neglectful and just kind of letting their daughter do whatever she wants. And I saw that she mentioned him taking her out of school, or not taking her out of school, alleging that he has driven her to school late. There was a comment about yacht parties that she's been attending, and I believe she's 17. So I'm not going to tap into her specifically because she is a child, but I do want to just kind of tap into the energy of the entire situation as a whole and kind of gauge what's going on here. I did find it ironic that Swizz Beatz is going to be dropping an album on March 27th, which I thought was very sudden. I'll insert a screenshot of that as well. I just thought it was very interesting that he's dropping this with the controversy coming out, and they also have some tax issues as well. And I'll put a screenshot in the view as well so you guys can look at that, but it's like they're getting hit from all types of different angles. So we're just going to see what's the energy of Swizz Beatz, Alicia Keys, and the mother of his child, just to see if it's true, and we'll go from there. Is it true to what she was alleging? Yes, allegedly there is some truth to what the mother is saying about the couple as a whole. And I'm also feeling like they may have tried to pay her to be quiet because there's something here about like child support or support with this Ace of Pentacles here that came right out, and Spirit is saying support, support. So it feels like they may have tried to use money as a way to keep her quiet about the comings and goings of what they have done before, that she doesn't blow the whistle. But there is some truth here with this Ace of Swords, and it's giving to me with this Knight of Wands. She wanted to deliver this message about this betrayal that has happened because it feels like she has fought for her daughter numerous of times, but it just feels like she didn't know that it was kind of going to go in this direction or go this far, it feels like, because of these secrets here with this moon here in the background. But it feels like they may have tried to offer her something again to keep quiet about the situation. And it makes me feel like there may have been some alleged threats made on the mother's behalf of, if you don't get this fixed, I am going to expose you, it feels like. But she was not trying to take the bait of them trying to offer her that alleged support that I mentioned in the first line of cards. And she wanted to take this leap of faith. She was trusting her intuition to do it. So it just feels very mother's love to me. But this is something that she wanted to manifest. And she did consider her options on what she wanted to do. But at the end of the day, as a mother, she wanted to protect her baby. And that's what I'm feeling like in the energy. So everything that she has put out as far as her daughter being on yachts allegedly, and the couple has allegedly allowed her to use substances while being underage, feels like there is some truth to that, you guys. I'm not feeling like she's lying. I haven't gotten any reversals indicating that as, but it doesn't feel like that in the energy either. I'm just still feeling like mother's love type of energy. Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. And I want to point out that I do have Seven of Swords at the bottom for what I'm about to say, because even with these cards, I'm feeling like, and I didn't want to tap into the energy of the child, but I'm feeling the energy right now regarding her allegedly for entertainment purposes only. It feels like the couple in question, Swizz Beatz and Alicia, may have, I don't want to say coercion has happened, but I would say more so influence, using their status to influence her into doing or participating in certain things behind the mother's back that she was not allowed to do. It's almost like if your mother tells you no, but you go to your father because you know he's going to say yes. It's almost like that type of energy. But I would say that it definitely feels like, again, I'm just getting confirmation after confirmation that the truth, what the mother has alleged is true. And they may have allegedly participated in offering up things to her in the industry. And allegedly, it feels like she's not the only one. In the family, it feels like, I don't know the ages of the rest of the children, but that's not the point of the reading, but it doesn't feel like she's the only one. Okay, so I had to go and look to see how many children he has, because it just feels like she's not the only one. It's just like the mother just was willing to take a risk to speak out about it, because I just feel like money has been allegedly shelled out to keep people quiet, because I keep hearing the word disgusting, disgusting, disgusting from my spirit. So is there anything else going to come out from this? All right, we have Strength, Three of Cups, Page of Swords, Eight of Swords, Ten of Wands at the bottom. So it feels like from the couple's perspective, they are kind of pushing through the media spectacles. And I'm feeling like they may not be able to even come back from what has been alleged about them, but they are definitely watching the blogs or watching the posts about them, the media campaigns about them, and what people are sharing. And I would say they have some concerns about what else could come out about them. Not only that, some concerns about things that could land them in jail, because she is a minor right now. I'm not sure if she has turned 18. The last post I saw was that she was 17, but like I said, it doesn't feel like she's the only one that has been allegedly offered to participate in industry activities. But they're just watching the media and just kind of seeing what's going on, but it's a lot for them to bear. So my next question would be, what is the purpose of him rolling out this music? Is it a distraction from what the media has said about them and what the mother's alleging? Is that why he's releasing music? What's the reason for him releasing music next week? And the time of this reading today is March 22nd. Death, Judgment, the Star. He has three major arcanas straight out the gates. I'm not sure what his sign is, but we have King of Wands here at the bottom. I heard the word rebrand, but it feels like he's going to do some damage control on his image and kind of try to kill that image that's being portrayed of him by his child's mother, because of all this judgment he's facing from the public scrutiny, what the blogs are reporting about them, and hoping that this music is going to essentially overshadow what has been exposed by the star, this light shining down on them. So I just heard the word distraction. So he's gonna try to distract the public from what people have said about them regarding this. So that brings me to my next question then. What's going to be the outcome of this music then? If this is going to be a distraction to kind of kill the stories that have been put out about them, what's going to be the outcome of it? What's going to be the outcome of Swizz Beatz project? Outcome. We have Nine of Wands, the Sun, and then King of Wands actually came out. Actually, both of these were at the bottom. And then look, this person is tired and they've been through a lot. Nine of Wands, his last stand here. So he's going to definitely try to persevere through the feedback of this project. I'm not feeling like it's going to garner a lot of positive feedback from the public because he's been exposed. And I'm going to actually look up his sign to see if he is a fire sign, because I know he's close to another fire sign. Okay, so he's a Virgo, but this could still be a highly publicized figure. And then Eight of Cups. So it's like people are going to be walking away from him because of what has been exposed about him. This is the first Swizz Beatz solo only, no other franchise or show linked to it projects in 2018. But yeah, like I said, distraction, distraction, distraction. I'm going to pull a couple of my cards to kind of round this reading out, and then we'll move on to the next topic. But is there anything else about the situation? Any hidden energy? Anything else we can deduce? Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords, and then we have Seven of Wands. It feels like these offers that they have made allegedly are keeping them stressed about what's going to happen to them. And then they're also just worried about how they're going to defend themselves in the end. Like, how can you come back from that? They have not publicly, now this is like my opinion and my commentary, but they have not publicly come out and refuted what she has said. They have not said this is not true. They have not done any of that. So if you're not addressing it, you're just kind of overshadowing it with music. it's like they're just trying to figure out how to defend themselves in the situation, but all they can do is send a distraction, I guess. But we have High Priestess at the bottom here because of these secrets. Like how do you defend yourself from all of these secrets being exposed? So I feels like the place that they're kind of at right now. So we'll see how everything plays out. But that's all I have for Swizz Beatz, Alicia Keys, and the child's mother allegations. Okay, so now we're on to Latto's reading for Hot Topic. Like I mentioned in the intro, I'm gonna just see what life will be like after her pregnancy. Well, first I want to see where current energy is, and then life after pregnancy, and then see what else Spirit is willing to share at that point. But like I said, she has confirmed that she is in fact pregnant. She does have an album coming out May 29th around that time. So it feels like this was essentially the catalyst to her rollout. So that may come up as well. But all right, Latto's current energy of Latto at this time. All right, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see the cards. They're a little small. All right, we have Justice, we have Eight of Swords, and then we have Five of Coins. All right, and this is her current energy at this time. I'm not sure what her sign is, and then we also have the Hangman as well. I feel like this is both tied to her relationship with the father as well as the music, because I do know that there was mention of her label, or she no longer is signed to a label anymore. I think she had to fund this last music video or something like that, but it was alluding to basically her label was no longer going to be financially supporting her or however. And it's just a card I'm feeling, because I was hearing the word like just due, meaning like she got her just due in the situation, because as you know, the alleged child's father is married due to immigration reasons, and I don't know how citizenship works, and I ain't gonna lie to you guys, so I do know that there have been speculation about him being married due to those reasons, and she was essentially someone he was seeing on the side while he was married. However, I'm feeling like in her energy is that she feels like she got her just due by getting pregnant, allegedly, in a sense of I deserve this, like this is my just due, almost bringing things into balance. I don't feel like there's like any guilt around the circumstances from her energy, but now she's like fully intertwined in this now, and I want to see if she realizes what she has done, because we have this Eight of Swords, so like trapped type of energy, but her just due is what's going to be keeping her trapped here. And then here I was getting this is also label wise, her money is not looking too great right now. And then look, somebody behind a cell, essentially trapped energy on both of these cards. And so now I pose a question: does she realize what position she's in this situation with the baby, with Five of Swords? Um, I just feel like she's so, at least in the energy, it's feeling like she's so happy. And congratulations to her. She just feels very enamored with her child, very in love. I feel that. Clarify this Eight of Swords, please. Let's clarify this Eight of Swords. Yeah, at the end of the day, this Eight of Swords clarified by Temperance, it's just like she's going to have a new beginning. This is a new beginning for her, but this new beginning is what's going to be keep her trapped in this, whatever's going on with her in 21. She's stuck now. I don't think that she can get out of it. I have never read their energy before, so this is my first time tapping into them both. But it's very much giving me she doesn't know what she's gotten herself into. All right, let's clarify this Five of Coins. Let's go clarify this Five of Coins with this Poverty card. Page of Wands. Okay, so musically, or at least for her music career, she's gonna have to go into a new direction. Page of Wands here, because of this money not looking too great, at least from her career's perspective. But let me see. We see Three of Cups, happier times are coming for her. I see a celebration here, and I'm getting the visual of when they were celebrating her, announcing her pregnancy, as well as dropping the music video. So I think her and her team are very glad that they went in this direction for using her pregnancy to support this rollout right now. And I just feel like celebratory energy in that regard. Like she was able to do it without a label, allegedly. All right, we'll pull a couple of more cards, and then we'll tap into life after pregnancy. Okay, we have Knight of Swords, Four of Cups, Six of Cups. I want to point out we have Five of Cups here at the bottom. Spirit saying 21, Savage. So when all these messages came out, it feels like he was on board with everything that has happened and the child coming. However, it feels like as they were getting ready to announce the pregnancy and pretty much get everything going so that the public could see the truth of the matter, he was not fully on board with the rollout, seeing like finality, like final, I guess like the final discussions around, okay, we have this set up and we're going to do it this way. They've done all the proper planning, but at the very end, he may have had some alleged doubts about how they were going to handle this, how things that were done in the past are going to come out, because now you guys have denied over the years, but now everything is going to come up. And so, with the past is going to bring up everything, not just one or two situations. They have been allegedly in a relationship since what, you guys, like what, 2019, 2020, 2021-ish, and that's like what, 5 years. So with that said, it's not just going to be their relationships, but it's going to be some details in there as well. He is still legally married, at least that I'm aware of. So there's going to be some digging up of the past because they have come out and pretty much put everything on the forefront. But I feel like there's some shame and regret here with this Five of Cups, this humiliation about these messages that were coming out. All right, well, I was going to go into life after pregnancy, but how does 21 Savage feel about the pregnancy overall? All right, we have Death. Five of Cups actually came out this time, and then we have the Magician. Nine of Swords at the bottom. It has some regrets about, like I mentioned, how everything has kind of went on, and I feel like maybe allegedly with his wife, of how things happened with that. It doesn't feel like she knew the whole truth about the situation between him and Latto, allegedly. Because at first I was like, okay, maybe they're like an open marriage, but I'm not feeling that. Like something had to die here, and he's regretful about how this ended. And I'm feeling like it's something to do with his wife. But it's something that he manifested, and it's something that he also thinks about a lot. Like, how did this happen? How did it get this way? But you did it at the end of the day. Like, clarify. Let's clarify. 21 Savage, how does he feel about the situation? Oh, and then look, it's a baby. You manifested a baby. Yeah, I'm feeling like it was cute at first, but as time went on, it's like that introspective, like, what have I done? The Hermit, I'm not sure what his sign is. I think he's a Libra. Eight of Cups. All right, and the Nine of Swords came out this time. Yeah, I'm feeling like because he left his relationship with his wife, allegedly, it's feeling like he has had to go into hermit mode and get himself together because he did walk away from the relationship. And like I said, it's something that he's thinking about. Like I said, how did I get to this point? How did it get this far? I'm not feeling like the pregnancy was planned, allegedly. It feels like this was a surprise baby for everyone involved. But we'll see I don't know if Lotta's going to do any interviews about it or whatever the case is, but I'm not feeling like this was a planned pregnancy, at least in the interview. I'm not going to say that he was disappointed she was pregnant. It's just feeling like he was unprepared for the dominoes to fall. Like, how am I going to explain this to my kids is what I'm hearing. Well, I'm going to tap out of 21. Now I want to know, what is life going to be like for Latto after pregnancy? Is her and 21 Savage going to still be together? What is life going to be like for Latto after pregnancy? Card fell out. All right, so we have the Lovers. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay, y'all, I had to fix the cards because they were all over the place. But the first card I pulled out was the Lovers. I'm going to pull the rest of them. All right, Queen of Cups. Like I said, I don't know their signs. And then we have Eight of Coins. All right, and the High Priestess. As I was shuffling, I was just getting a download of like, it feels like she thinks that she can just roll this wave of, I'm going to be taking care of my man. Like, I'm set for life energy. Like, I don't have to work anymore. I can just be a mom and do businesses that, I enjoy. I don't have to work as hard. But allegedly, it feels like even after she has this baby, she is going to have to continue to work, whether she likes it or not. Her and 21 may still be dealing with each other. It feels like as well with this Lovers card here. She has a lot of emotional energy toward him, but like I said, it's like she's still going to have to work. And there are some secrets here about things she's going to have to put up with when it comes to him. You just never know how someone is going to change after you guys have children. And so it feels like there may be a little bit of a switch in their dynamic once she does have the child. So I want to confirm that or clarify what the energy is going to be like between the two of them, because it feels like I'm hearing wolf in sheep's clothing. So she may not even see him 100% now, but she's going to see him 100% after the baby. If you catch my drift, all is not what it seems when it comes to him. All right, Queen of Swords as a clarifier. Oh, wait, she's a Capricorn. Okay, I just now remembered. Okay, I think I've heard her say that before. But anyway, Queen of Swords. So this could be another woman. This could also be allegedly his wife currently, because I'm hearing like, I told you so. And she's someone that is a truth teller, very cutthroat, not her emotions. And as you saw from this card here, we have Queen of Cups. And like I mentioned, she has a lot of emotional energy about how she feels about him. But this Queen of Swords is the opposite of that. That's an air sign. That could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But I'm getting that somebody or a woman, allegedly just like his wife, is just kind of like, I told you so. You thought you were going to be any different from me, but you're not. That's what I'm getting right here in this card. I think they liked some posts, or she may have liked the announcement. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but I just get like, I told you so energy. And then we have the Fool here in reverse, which is somebody that's very reckless. Getting is more so you decided to take this risk foolishly or reckless. You just did what you wanted to do, and look what's happened, is what it's feeling like to me energetically. It feels like allegedly she could be dealing with his wife in the future to some degree, because she is going to have another child, and now they're siblings, and so it just feels like there's just going to be maybe some drama sprinkled in there with all parties involved. But I'm not feeling like the wife is going to be as friendly with Latto going forward. But I'm not getting that she really cares for her too much. Like, she feels very straight and to the point and very not as emotional as Latto is in the situation, because she is married to him, so she knows him for who he truly is. All right, I'm just gonna pull a couple more, and then I'm gonna end the reading here since this is a hot topics video. All right, 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and then we have the Chariot here at the bottom. So at some point after the pregnancy, when it's all said and done, it feels like she's gonna have some options that she's gonna have to reconsider when it comes to her relationship, maybe even her career as well, because she's gonna have some heartbreak here, because it's just a lot for her. And I'm just hearing single mother. And if you look in this picture, the 10 of Wands, if you guys know, the Rider-Waite deck is someone literally carrying a bunch of wands, but I'm just hearing single mother. It's going to be a lot for her. So 21 Savage and her allegedly may not even be fully in a relationship for the future to come. But we'll see. But that's not what it's feeling like to me. But she's going to have to weigh what she wants to do with her options. She's going to have to decide or make a decision. But there's some heartbreak here. It's almost like I didn't realize it was going to be like this, like I said. All right, a couple more cards and then we'll end it for real. I just want to give the person that requested the reading a little bit more here. All right, we have Judgment, 6 of Coins, King of Coins, 7 of Wands. Okay, last message for this reading is that he may even face even more judgment after this baby, how everything plays out, of gifts that he has given her. If you guys recall, she used to always brag about the gifts he gave her on social media. And it feels like she's going to have to defend herself about it, because the 7 of Wands, these gifts that she got from her alleged benefactor, which was him at the time, just kind of is what it is. But in the future, she may just be defending herself about how everything has kind of turned out. I'm hearing interviews, so people may bring this up to her about the relationship and how things are going. But if it does not last, they may even bring up, like, why didn't it last? And this may come up in the future. But it feels like she's still, even in the future, going to be facing some judgment about her decisions that she has made regarding him and what she was willing and not willing to accept at the time. So I just heard the word sugar baby. So that's all I got for Latto. I'm going to tap out of their energy, and now we're going to read into the energy of DHS and the security checkpoints and all that. So let me get this off the table. I'm not going to get into the details about the Democrats, the Republicans, and then signing whatever they need to sign to essentially resolve all of these issues and paying the TSA workers, DHS. But I just want to kind of tap into the energy of the situation as a whole, with the TSA not being paid. What is the situation with ICE and what that's going to look like, and then maybe even how long it's going to take to get this resolved, if it will get resolved. So, all right, here, what is the energy of the government regarding TSA, the airlines, these long security checkpoints? All right, so we have Knight of Wands first. Let's look up more. Oh, we have Night energy. All right, and then we have the Moon. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords are both the more faster suits. From the cards, I'm getting that those that are responsible for this whole entire situation, I don't think that they imagined that it would get this bad. It feels like they were thinking that signing the bill or whatever was needed to be signed was kind of going to be an in and out situation, but it was not. There were some messages that came forward about everything that's been going on. I'm feeling like also with the airport delays, that was something that was kind of unprecedented. It doesn't feel like they even could predict themselves that people were going to be waiting 2-3 hours at a time to get through security. I'm just hearing the word like surprise, surprise, surprise. So it feels like that was not planned out at all. But I'm hearing the word Trump administration. Okay, well, I'll clarify that. But because this is betrayal here, because there's some secrets, some hidden energy around this entire situation. I feel like hidden motives involved in this, and they were betrayed by it. And that's why everything was just a surprise. I don't think they saw this coming. When I say they, I mean those that the Department of Human Services may have not foreseen this even coming. I don't even think they were really in on it. But like I said, you guys know I fact check after the reading, and I like to put it in the comments. Let's see. But yeah, there is some hidden energy here. All right, we have the Magician, Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and then the Sun. Oh, and then we have the Gemini. That's the president, y'all. So that's why I was hearing Trump administration. But someone had manifested this, and it led to some public humiliation as well. Like I said, it just feels very underhanded. Like there's a bigger picture here. Like we're seeing what we see on the news about the airports and the delays, but there's a bigger picture here, or I guess I would say a bigger agenda. There we go. It feels very agenda. And then we have Page of Pentacles here. I'm going to clarify that because it feels like somebody presented an opportunity. This whole thing feels like it presented an opportunity And then we have the sun. And I keep going back to the opportunity because I'm hearing the opportunity for the hidden motive to take place, somebody else to step in. And I feel like that's also where ICE is coming into here as well, this hidden opportunity. And it was brought to fruition because it gave them an open door to do that. Because the president, he's the one that's essentially kind of spearheading all of this. It feels like allegedly for entertainment purposes only. It's almost like we're going to help you, but we're also going to like serve our needs as well. So, all right, a couple more cards, and then what's happened to the energy of ICE? Yeah, there are some people that are not happy about it at all. And then we have Ace of Wands here. And then we have the devil here as well. So yeah, I'm getting that somebody's not happy about this opportunity. There may even be allegedly some, I'm hearing the word like combat, so maybe some fighting once ICE gets in there and like fully situated. It might turn physical allegedly, but somebody saw this as an opportunity. Like ICE is gonna be bringing their wands, y'all. I'm so serious though. That's what I'm feeling like. So if you're traveling, just be mindful of that. If you're going to the airports, if you know that they're gonna be at your airports, just be mindful of the energy that's going to come with them, and just make sure that you protect yourself and you stay safe during the duration of them being implemented at these airports. That's all I'll say about that. All right, so here, what is the energy of ICE? I'm gonna move this up. What is the energy of ICE in all of this when they go to the airports and support TSA? What is going to be the energy of ICE with this Five of Wands, especially? It is definitely somebody's wish fulfilled at the end of the day. There are definitely leaders in here. I have the Queen of Swords and then Justice, and then I heard the word leadership. So whomever is over is I is part of the Justice Department. Feels like the Trump administration may have some people spearheading this. They may have offered this up as a fix in the meantime while they get this resolved. And this chariot is telling me that it's going to be moving forward full steam ahead with these Nine of Cups with somebody's wish fulfilled. Like I said, it just gives me like bigger agenda here. Like the plot is much bigger than we know from the public's perspective. Like they have an agenda in all of this. Here, what's the agenda? Oh. As soon as I heard this card, I heard they're not biting like fish. When you have bait for fish. You know, it feels like this is just another way for them to, I don't want to say okay. I was gonna use a word, but I don't want to trigger people on this channel, but it feels like this is just gonna be another way for them to do their job, essentially. This is just gonna be another level for them to detain families, other people, but it fits into their agenda, the Trump administration's agenda of what they're trying to accomplish. And I feel like these are gonna be the families that have to go back to where they're from. I just heard deport in my mind. So yeah, I'm just feeling like they weren't getting the alleged results that they were seeking. Former President Barack Obama has deployed ICE as well during his presidency, so it's not like this is a new concept at all. However, I'm just feeling like this feels like it's just another tactic. They weren't seeing the numbers or the results that they were wanting in the previously, but now they're going in a different avenue to address this illegal immigration issue. So, like I said, don't be surprised if you see allegedly any violence or physical things happening, like chaos in a sense. I'm hearing the word fear, so don't be surprised. But like I said, just make sure y'all are protected and just checking the news and seeing what's going on at your local airports. Okay. Five of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, I'm feeling like there is like some disagreement, some combativeness once this happens. I would even get the idea that some people are probably juggling with the idea of even traveling right now once everything starts to go into fruition and starts happening. But it is going to start happening. It is going to happen. We have the Empress here. It's going to be brought. It's going to come to fruition. And it's going to lead to heartbreak. Here, what is this heartbreak? What is this heartbreak? And for whom? Yeah, it's probably going to cause, I just heard American citizens. So it's going to be a tower moment for us, those who are legal citizens, because I feel like people are going to be heartbroken by what they're going to be seeing in the airports. Yeah. A couple of battles, maybe even some people having to like step up and help immigrants or those who are being suspected of being illegal aliens. Like, I just feel like there might be some compassionate people that might help and may even report on the situation. I don't know why I keep hearing media, so I don't know if the media is going to like kind of pick and choose what they report on when it comes to this. But a lot of the media doesn't like Trump anyway, so yeah, it's just something about the media. So because this is not a deep dive, I don't want to spend too much time on it. But I do want to clarify here how long it is going to be implemented. How long can we expect for this to be happening? Is it short term? Is it long term? What is the length of time this is going to be taking place? And then now we have the Gemini here. So it could be that this could be wrapping up around Gemini season. So that's my prediction with this Lovers card. Then I just heard President's discretion, and he is a Gemini, so it could be just not only Gemini season, it could be up to him as to how long this will be in place. I don't know where he fits in the checks and balances of TSA directives and who or what can manage security at the airport, but it just feels like there's something about the president's decision tied up in this, if not wrap this up around Gemini season, which I think is what, y'all, end of May to June, something like that. So I'm going to close the reading out here. That's all I have for Hot Topics today. I'm going to end it here. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. I have not traveled by plane. I actually had a trip earlier this month in March. So I'm glad that I was able to get that out the way. And as I'm planning trips, I'm like, I am not traveling anytime soon until everything is wrapped up and TSA can hopefully, get back in place and get back to their jobs. Y'all let me know if you guys have traveled. Have you guys seen the delays in your airport? Like, how long did it take for you guys to get to the airport? If it's taking like 3 or 4 hours, like, I want to know. I've only seen what I've seen on social media, so sometimes it's not real life. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. But that's all I got. I will see you guys in the comments. But thanks for watching this reading, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.